Hi there, welcome to video number 64, the Parent's Guide to Kids Boxing. Today, this is going to be a series of 11 videos for basic boxing. And today we're going to go over boxing stance. In the future, we're going to do control and discipline, the 6 basic functions, footwork, offense versus defense, 3 basic defenses, and intros, defense skills like parry, catch, and dodge, boxing psyops for kids, action versus reaction, need for speed, and on the ropes. So those are the ideas I have for upcoming kids videos. These will be geared towards children, so we can use kid talk in them. Chapter 1, Background Considerations. I am Oscar. I have been a K-12 educator now for 25 years. I have a master's degree. I'm not a therapist, I'm not a doctor, so I just want to be upfront about that. So if I can help in any way, you have suggestions, please feel free to leave likes, subscriptions, or comments. Today's pros of the skill is this skill, doing the boxer stance correctly, will lead to enhanced coordination and physical fitness. It will also reduce excessive energy and enhance compliance. What I mean by that, several social workers throughout the years have said children, especially boys, with a lot of super extra energy often get in trouble, or they become, boys and girls, do not be compliant with parents because they have so much energy that they can go up against parents. You get that kid to run, to jog, get into a sport, wear that energy down. Usually when they come in the house, they're too tired to argue, they're too tired to fight you, they don't have that extra energy, and they'll simply say, can you take out the garbage, son or daughter? Yeah, I think I can do that. Instead of that, no, I can take out the garbage right now. When they lose that excess energy, it becomes a lot better, I think, for the family all around and the child as well. Possible cons of this skill of learning to box for kids. Out of control, aggressive. Sometimes children, especially around about 2014, they don't know how to respond to changes in their bodies. They can get very aggressive, especially boys because of testosterone, or maybe girls because of the bullying of other girls and the social ramifications of girls at that age. Sometimes can be negative in the middle school. Sometimes the bully can turn to be the bully. You go to help your kid, you want to help your kid because you're getting bullied. All of a sudden, after a while, they start feeling powerful and they forget that they were bullied. And sometimes, just sometimes, they end up becoming the bully. And we got to put that in check real quick. We got to straighten that out and remind them where they came from, why they're doing this, and what it felt like to be the bully. We do not want our kids getting some power and turning into a bully. That creates a whole world of problems for the family, the parents, the child, and their friends. They sometimes too get after working out and they get good at boxing, they'll get an alpha mentality that we have to keep in check. You do not want your child to think that he's in charge of your family, in charge of you. This doesn't happen often, I wouldn't say even a majority of the time. There is that low percentage of kids that they think dad's not as good at boxing as I am, so I can beat him. I can be the alpha. Each parent has to handle that in their own way, but no. Do not let the child become over you, have the power, have the confidence, have the strength that they're better than you. There will be times, of course, in the natural course of evolution at this age, where they think they're smarter than the parents. The TV does a lot of this. They think that they know the way better. They think they're just stupid adults, just having to get them for kids. Some of that is natural, but when they become alpha, where they're trying to tell you what to do, and they're telling you how to do it aggressively, well, we all gotta find our own way because you know your children better than anybody else. Just gotta work with that and get it in check. Please, I do not want to be the cause of problems like you in boxing. Do's and don'ts, chapter 2, do's and don'ts of teaching kids boxing. Sparring. The don'ts. Avoid sparring to become personal. So you're sparring your kid, especially a teenage kid, and the teenager starts maybe losing against you, and he says, damn it, Dad, I hate you, and starts getting into it aggressively, that's where it's got to stop. They got to know. When it becomes personal, it's time for the training to end. The training is a reward. The training is not a right. The training is a reward. When it starts to get personal, that needs to come into check. Because that can become a very obnoxious weight in your family. Personal, for sparring, for dues. Teach them to be a gracious winner. They spar with another kid and they win. I beat you down. No, we don't want to do that. Hey, you did really good. I might have done a little bit better than you, but you'll get there. You'll beat me someday. Teach them to be gracious winner, please. And these are just recommendations. I'm not trying to tell parents what to do or how to do it. In practice, don't overgush with compliments. Oh, that's great, son. Oh, you're doing really wonderful. Oh my gosh, you're the best boxer ever. Don't overgush with compliments. Make the compliments few and far in between, genuine and detailed. For example, instead of saying, you're doing great, you're doing good. Hey, your punch was perfect. You dropped the knuckles on the jab. Hey, you got that 1-2 combination down. Your form looks really good, but your right hand was a little bit weak. You might want to make it a little bit harder on that cross. Make sure that you're giving them really true compliments and not just blowing smoke up their butts. Because kids know, they might not say it, they might even not cognitively realize it, but they know when you're just flattering them versus giving them a genuine compliment. The do's of practicing. Enjoy the boxing practice, smile and laugh from time to time. Make sure they're enjoying themselves. We want to be serious about what we do and how we do it, but we also want the kids to enjoy themselves. Safety. Don't casually disregard a physician's order to not participate. Get a second opinion if you don't agree with the physician. Dudes, continue to monitor the mental effect of the sport on your child. Is it increasing or deteriorating confidence? Is it creating arrogance or confidence? You always got to keep that in check because it's a fine line between them growing up into a jerk and them growing up into a fine, confident adult. Sometimes for some kids, that's a thin line. And it's hard for parents to deal with. I'm not saying that any of this is easy. It's a hard line and a hard job that we have as parents to get this right, but it's very important. Chapter 3, today's skill is boxing stance. And I'm going to go over the purpose, model, the don'ts of the do's, and the do's of the skill. So let me switch cameras and go over to the studio portion. Boxing stance is the foundation on which everything else is built, literally. It's the simplest thing, actually. It seems so simple, simplest thing in the world. But it is so fundamental to balance, to being knocked over, to feigning, to fooling your opponent, to defeating your opponent, to getting scores in competitions or matches. The stance are constantly, everybody's constantly needs to do those stance. We all get sloppy from time to time, but we don't want to. So today, in chapter 3, we're going to talk about the purpose of the stance. What is a stance? Let's talk about that real quick. Let's review. I know some of you had already. When you're talking about kids, you don't really have to say stance. You can say how a boxer stands. You can use good friendly knowledge. And say, if they're right-handed, say put your right foot back, put your left foot forward. If you're left-handed, put the left foot back and the right foot forward. I want them to bounce from their heel to toe and be balanced like that. It's about balance. And explain to a child, because as adults we have life experience. With a child, if you're unbalanced and someone pushes you, you're going to fall. If you're standing like this with one foot behind the other, and someone punches you or pushes you, you're going to fall on your own legs. We have to explain these little details too because they do not have life experience to acknowledge this and comprehend it. in the stance like that, that's the lower body stance. Tell them to imagine a line between your legs. These should not cross the lines. There should always be a little bit of space between your left leg and your left leg. Top of the stance. Always have one or both, at least one, this, with thumbs out, always thumbs out, by your eyes to protect them. Some people do this, some people do this, some people do this. And sometimes when I'm teaching, I get sloppy. When I explain something, I'm using my hands to explain. But I should have my fist up like this over my eyes, at least one. Now, with your left foot forward, your right foot back, if you're right-handed, you can do your one, jab, one, jab. I'm sorry, I'm getting lost because I'm jab with your left, jab with your left. Right, cross with your right, cross with your right. Those are the two fundamental punches we usually start with. Jab is the first thing maybe Boston teachers usually like to teach. There's so many variations on the jab, which we'll get to later. It's just basic. Now, the jab can be soft or hard. You want to teach control in your child. But then it's not all the hard punches. Hard, 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 hard. And now the control. You don't want your child to be doing it. I got it, I got it, I got it. You want them to have control. The younger you teach your child to control their body and their energy and their emotions, trust me, the easier life you will have as an adult and they should be able to your child with so much better. So when a child goes with a jab, if they punch it hard, you can ask them, is that a hard jab or a light jab? That's a hard jab, Dad. And if they go light, they're getting tired, they go light, you ask them, daughter, is that a hard jab or a light jab? That's a light jab. I'm just testing the area. I'm just trying to get my opponent away from me. Let them know what they're doing. And you can say, show me a hard jab. Show me a hard jab. Show me a hard jab. Show me a light jab. Show me a light jab. Hard, light, hard, light. You want to control that energy. And the stance is all part of it. The way they stand, their balance is all part of this. It's very important. It'll be important to the footwork that we do later. It'll be important to the punches that we learn how to throw them. And it's going to be very important to defense. Defense, of course, is a big part of boxing, which we're going to handle later. The don'ts of this skill. It's almost hardly ever helpful to yell at a child. I've told you to do the stance. I told you to put the right leg back 5 times. Why can't you get it right? Working with kids, especially when you're competitive as adults, can be very frustrating. Kids are awkward. Sometimes they forget their right and their left. Even teenagers sometimes get mixed up. Nope, I want you to put that right leg back. Be non-confrontational in your criticism. Just factual. Put the right leg back. Does it really matter? And teenagers can be argumentative. Yes, it does, because that's your strong leg and you need support. You don't want to say your strong leg. Oh, they usually accept it if you explain to them. Now, of course, you don't want to waste your time every time they ask. Yeah, I really have to do that 5 times a day. I've already told you that. I want you to retain that information. So don't get in the trap of wasting time explaining all the time either. The do's of this skill. Make sure they're balanced. And it's okay to come up while they're doing the toe to heel tilt. And just get out. I usually tell them, I'm going to give you a little push to see if you're balanced. I push them on their shoulder. I push them on their side. And if they go, ah! Then they're not using their balance correctly. When we use their balance correctly. If they recover, they get off balance a little bit, recover. That's what we want. And give them a general praise. Hey, you got a little bit of balance there, but you recovered. That's great. You did a good job with that skill. And remember, continual practice makes perfect. They do this once a week, even twice a week. It's good, but it's not great. They can be in front of the TV and they can practice their stance. Get in front of that TV while they're watching it or in the kitchen, and they can balance, get in the boxer stance, and balance from tip to toe, tip to toe, tip to toe. They can balance this every time they get a break or every time they want to, or even to impress their friends at school. Well, I won't go punching at school because especially female teachers, are often not a big fan of that. Just to remind you from the previous video. I hope this helps. Please do subscribe and like so you don't miss any more in this series. And if you have comments, I'm going to include my email here, so you can email me. And if you have anything that you want me to post as far as like teaching your kid, if you have video that you want me to show, I'll ask for parental consent once you send it to me in an email before I post it. I'll be glad to post things, pictures, and or video of kids boxing. It's a great sport. It can really change their lives in more ways than one. Make them confident, make them strong, make them happy. And of course the sports is a bonding for mom or dad. I have a mom of a student. She plays basketball with a kid almost every day after school. And he loves it. He loves playing basketball with mom. It's all he can talk about sometimes. Bonding is wonderful with your children through sports. Or music, or anything. Listening to music, playing music, doing art together. This is a great bonding experience for your kids, but let's keep it that way. Keep the laughter and smiles and the heart in it. Thank you folks for watching and considering my recommendations. We'll see you in the next match.